And so a debate about the costs of language policies has grown.
And so the debate for cost of language policies has grown
Since Lee's death in 2015.
since Lee's death in 1715.
The same year,
The same year,
50th anniversary of the nation's founding was accompanied by an outpouring of the same year, the 50th anniversary of the
the 50th anniversary
nation's founding was in 2015. The same use of language policies has grown since Lee's death in 2015. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the
the 50th founding of anniversary and the 50th anniversary
nation's founding, death in 2015. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's founding was accompanied by an outpouring of sentimentality over Singapore's roots. Founding was accompanied 2015. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's founding was
the same year, the 50th anniversary of nation's founding
accompanied by an outpouring of sentimentality over Singapore's roots.
Was accompanied by Singaporean root outpouring of sentimentality. Singapore's
Was accompanied by an outpouring of the same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's was accompanied by an outpouring of sentimentality over Singapore's roots. These days, by an outpouring. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's Lee's death in 2015. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation
50th fund of anniversary fund.
founding, death in 2015. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's founding was accompanied by an outpouring of the same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's founding was in 2015. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's founding, death in 2015. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's founding was accompanied 15. The same year, the 50th anniversary of the nation's founding was accompanied by an outpouring of sentimentality over Singapore's roots. These days, officials are a bit readier to tolerate Singapore's linguistic variety. Lee Kuan Yew once called Singlish the country's vibrant variety. These days, officials are of sentimentality over Singapore's roots.
Sentimentality of Singapore's root.
These days, officials are a bit readier to tolerate Singapore's linguistic variety.
These days, officials are a bit readier for tolerate in Singapore's linguistic variety.
Lee Kuan Yew once called Singlish the country's vibrant mashup of English, Malay and Chinese vernaculars.
English, Malay, and Chinese vernaculars.
A handicap. Lee's son, the Prime Minister,
Lee's son, a Prime Minister,
Lee Hsien
Loong,
claims to be proud of Singapore's unique form of Mandarin. Lee Hsien Loong claims to be proud of Singapore's unique form. The Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong, claims to be proud of Singapore. Lee's son, the Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong, claims to be proud of Singapore. Lee's son, the Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong, claims to be proud of Singapore.
Claims to be proud of Singapore's unique form of Mandarin.
For instance, the Malay for market,
Pasar,
has been imported as Basha. That would be unintelligible to a mainland Chinese.
There was
For instance, the Malay for market, Pasar, has been imported as basha. That would be unintelligible to a mainland Chinese.
That would be unintelligible to a mainland Chinese.
Yet that only highlights a paradox Mr. Lee does not acknowledge.
It must be highlights that Lee does not acknowledge.
Yet that only highlights a paradox Mr. Intelligible to a mainland Chinese. Yet that only highlights a paradox Mr. Lee does not acknowledge.
Mr. Lee does not acknowledge.
On the one hand, he praises Singaporean Mandarin.
On the one hand, he praises the Singaporean Mandarin
because it supposedly reinforces a Chinese Singaporean identity. On the other, because it supposedly reinforces. On the one hand, he praises Singaporean.
On the one hand, he praises Singaporean Mandarin
because it supposedly reinforces a Chinese Singaporean identity.
It supposedly reinforces Chinese Singaporean identity.
On the other, he frets about others stealing a march in China because of their more fluent Mandarin. Frets about others stealing a march in China because of the tea. On the other, he frets about others stealing a march in.
He frets about
China identity. On the other, he frets about others stealing a march in.
He frets about the stealing march.
China because of them.
China because of them.
More fluent Mandarin. Meanwhile, younger Singaporeans are embracing former mother tongues. Meanwhile, younger Singaporeans are embracing former mother tongues.
Younger Singaporeans are embracing former mother tongues.
Ski Yo and Eugene Lee were motivated to found LearnDialect.sg.
Were motivated to learn dialect.sg
upon seeing an elderly Cantonese speaker in a nursing home.
Upon seeing
Struggle.sg upon seeing an elderly Cantonese speaker.
Upon seeing an Cantonese speaker
in a nursing home. Struggled to communicate that she was cold. Health workers have signed up to their struggled to communicate that she was cold. Health workers have signed up to their courses.
Health workers were signed up to courses.
While others want to say the right things at family gatherings. Have signed up to their courses. While others want to say the right things at family gatherings over the Lunar New Year.
A gathering.
Yeah. While others want to say health workers have signed up to their courses.
Health workers were signed up for the courses.
While others want to say the right.
Others want to say.
Health workers have signed up to their courses, while others want to say the right things at family gatherings.
While others want to say the right things at family gathering.
Over the Lunar New Year. There is an uptick in Hokkien television programming. And everyone admits that effete Mandarin. Hokkien television programming. And everyone admits that effete Mandarin is useless for swearing.
Mandarin is useless for swearing.